Hello, beautiful Redlo women. How are you today? It's Terri here, your coach and biggest cheerleader. I'm here to put a little bit of inspiration in your day. Welcome to the Redlo Women podcast, where we empower midlife women to reclaim their confidence, rise higher, and step boldly into their next chapter. And we do it together. I became a midlife entrepreneur after overcoming my own self-doubt to start this podcast, write my book, and coach women just like you. And I did it all in my 50s. I knew I wanted more after navigating my own life transitions, overcoming some really hard things, and trying to figure out what was next. As I did, I decided to help you do the same. So grab your warm cup of coffee or step into your favorite tennis shoes and let's step forward together. Let's go. Welcome back to the Redlo Women podcast. I am in the middle of coaching a client and helping her create her own podcast. And so one of the things I'm teaching her is how to use Riverside as a recording platform. So for those of you that have been following along for a while, you know that I use Audacity mainly. That's a wonderful free platform that you can record on. It's actually very robust, and a lot of the top podcasters have used it for many years. However, Riverside has really rolled out an incredibly robust program now and is aligned with Spotify in particular. And so I've been leaning into that a little bit more. And I just wanted to share what I'm using. So for those of you that are considering doing a podcast, I'm here to help you. I'd love to help you start one. It seems really overwhelming, and sometimes it's just having somebody walk along beside you to help you do it, really. But the uploading part, the tech part, that's always gets a little bit scary, and just trying to understand what works and what doesn't and which platforms to use is always what's most important. So I want to dive in and talk about this today and talk about the different podcast recording platforms and how it's evolving and changing, because I saw a really fascinating article from charter.co about what's happening in the realm of podcasting. And it's kind of happening across generations, but YouTube has really launched forward in the way people are listening and watching podcasts. This data shows that 39% of people now watch podcasts on YouTube. So the other 21% listen to it on Spotify, which is what I do a lot, and Apple only has 8% of the podcast share. So YouTube and Spotify still are the leading platforms, which I find really fascinating. And that's why I want to talk about Riverside, because Riverside combines both of those. It's just an amazing platform. But the interesting thing that it really shares is that because of people like Joe Rogan, Mel Robbins, Call Her Daddy, and even the Diary of a CEO, right? These top podcasters are now going on YouTube and sharing their episodes. And so it's really created a new platform for people to watch the podcast, not just listen. And so you can choose, right? So I want to dive in and share why I love Riverside and how it has become a very, very robust platform to use for a variety of reasons if you're thinking about podcasting. And I think all this data really matters, especially as we step into this whole new economy with AI and where we're headed, and these tools that need to have strong AI tools built within them and be large platforms that really help you and make it simple to grow your business. And Riverside is one of them. So listen in. This is a great podcast. Let's talk about Riverside. I want to share the 10 top reasons I think it's a really great platform to use to record. And number one, it offers really high quality audio and video. So it records up to 4K video. So that's really, really high quality. It is less apt to glitch because you're not aligned to a third party. It actually records locally. So that is really, really helpful. The second thing that I love most is that it's an all-in-one platform. That's kind of how I roll. I'm kind of a Target shopper. I kind of like to go one place and shop. And so it's really, really great. I have used CapCut to do a lot of videos and these short clips and reels, but I'm finding that you can actually do all this stuff in Riverside, which is super cool. I love that. The third thing that it offers is a teleprompter. So for those of you that have either taken my Speak course or you followed along on my videos and things that I teach, I always suggest doing a teleprompter. And I have one that I use that's free that you can upload for free on Apple. And I use it a lot for a lot of things. I use it for recording my courses. I've done it to do my short videos. And it's really great because the sound and the video quality is really, really good as well. But now I'm thinking of leaning into Riverside because it offers this. It offers that teleprompter as well. I don't always use a teleprompter, but I encourage anyone that is first starting out to use one just to get comfortable. I tell everybody that, if that's one less thing that your brain has to think about to keep you safe and you see the words on the teleprompter, there's no shame in doing that. And I highly encourage it, especially if you get nervous when you first show up and start speaking on video, which many of us do. And depending on what rooms we're showing up and what we're doing, we all still get nervous. So it's a great backup to have. The fourth thing I love is that when you send a link to someone, you don't need like a third party. All you have to do is just go on Riverside and it sends an email directly from Riverside to join. There's a link. There's nothing else involved. And I think that's really, really great. The other thing is that it offers mobile app recording as well as on your computer. And this is something I have really missed. When I first started out years ago, I started out recording on what was called Anchor. So that used to be just an app that was free. It was really, really, really basic. But for someone starting out, that was all I needed. I had very limited song choices, but I could put my intro and outro music and all that right to it. And it was just super simple to edit. And I did it all on my phone. And then I would upload it right onto Spotify. Well, they stopped that application. And so Riverside has come alongside and offer that and aligns with Spotify. It integrates very simply. And so now I can do it on my phone, which is super cool. And a while back, my computer crashed. And so when I went on the Spotify app, it was all there. So I love it that this is all in one, it's all there, and you get really high quality sound recording. Another thing that's super cool is it has a built-in editing studio. So you can edit all right from the same application, which is really, you can record and then edit all right there. And you can edit by sound or by text. And I think that's a really cool feature too, because sometimes it's just a whole lot easier just to look at the text and just edit it out. It'll also edit those pause words that we have, like, whatever those pause words that you use. And it will also sync a rhythm. So those pauses in between each sentence, it'll kind of give you a consistent rhythm. So I think that's a really great feature as well. The other thing that is super, super cool is that it does what's called magic clips. So if you are wanting to do a recording in YouTube or, yeah, mainly YouTube, and do a reel, it will record what you're doing and then go in and create these short sound bites. So you could do a YouTube short or you could do a reel. And I think this is an amazing feature. I have done this on other applications. A lot of these other applications charge. It's never perfect because you kind of lose control of what they crop and create as a segment, but it's close enough. It works really, really well. So that's all done right within Riverside as well. Another fabulous, fabulous feature. You can also live stream. So, right from Riverside, I have done this actually in LinkedIn. Again, there are other third party applications that you have to pay for to do this. Riverside, you can do it all for free right here. And that's actually even offered on their free platform. That's not even part of their paid program. So it's really great. You can also go live in YouTube and Facebook business page for sure. I'm checking to see if you can do it on your personal profile or your Facebook group. So I think that's another amazing feature. It's also incredibly reliable. There's great cloud backup. And I think that's what's great. Some of these larger platforms that have this really strong and solid backup for cloud backup. And I think that's really incredible. And it has incredible strong AI. And it's constantly changing and updating. There's so many features and benefits that it has, and I just love it. They also now have a blah, 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 I can't even talk. They also have a music feature, so you can add your intro and outro, and they didn't have that before when they first started, so that's really a cool feature. You can also drop in video clips from a website or maybe another photo that you have. Like if you watch some of these people that do these really cool like B-roll videos, that's what they're doing. They're dropping in those video clips, something they might mention something about Apple and then they'll drop in an Apple computer, or they might talk about a coffee shop and you see coffee. I'm just being random, but you know what I'm talking about. So I think that's a fabulous feature. So those are just some of them, the top 10. There's even more, but I hope that helps you. If you're considering doing a podcast, check out riverside.fm. It's a really cool, very robust application, and you can dive in and try it for free. And they also have a free upgrade to their pro version. that I think is for 14 days. So give it a try. And if you need any help trying to do a podcast, I'm here for you. I love it. I've been doing it now. I'm going into my 4th year. Can't even believe it. I'm so proud of myself, and I'm celebrating 150 episodes. So I'm here for you. I think this is an amazing platform to connect with your ideal audience and to be able to promote yourself. I just did episode 150. You can listen to all the things that I've learned along the way. And, we're in a trust recession, right? People need to know, like, and trust you. And they do that by listening to you on a podcast. So in today's world, they're now saying it takes a lot longer to build that know, like, and trust. And Daniel Priestley has coined this as the 7-11-4 rule for deeper trust and stronger connection. They're saying now that it takes 7 hours of exposure. So to truly build trust, for someone to really get to know you and to like you, it takes 7 hours of time for them to spend with you or with your brand. So that's through what I say, long form content like a podcast or a video or a blog post or interviews that you might do. So it's really important that you create platforms like this on podcasting where you can go deeper. The other thing they're saying is with 11, it's 11 touch points. So that means that people need to have 11 interactions with you. Again, like a podcast or a post or an email or messages and videos that you might do on social media. So that deepens the familiarity and establishes more credibility with who you are, what you do, and what your brand is. And then finally, four is different locations. So people need to be able to engage with you on 4 different platforms or channels or locations. So again, like a podcast, like a blog, social media, or your email list, or if you have a book or a live event like a masterclass. So that just reinforces exposure and trust to who you are. So really important to think about that. I just love that 7-11-4 rule, because we are in what I mentioned earlier, in a trust deficit society. And so people need to know you, and they need to find different ways to connect with you and hear who you really are, what you stand for. And so I hope that helps you. All right. Keep stepping forward. You are seen, you are heard, you are loved, you are valued, and you belong. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you have a few key takeaways that you can apply to your life. And if you don't mind, take a few moments and leave a review that lets other women know that we're here making a difference in your life and theirs as well. And if you need a little help moving forward, get on the wait list for my next Speak course. I'll put that link here in the show notes. Or I'm always available to do one-on-one coaching to help you gain clarity, to help you launch that business or launch that podcast. So get on the wait list. Love to help you. Let's keep stepping forward. Until we meet again, God bless.